they've got their heels dug in so far. They can't admit any guilt at this point. They can't say, okay, we went a little bit too hard on these issues. We're going to fall back. Give us another shot. What is up? My name is Eric. This channel is called Report and Opine. I am back. This, of course, is the epicenter for all of your current and captivating coastal elite chaos. So please hit that subscribe button, ring the notification bell, leave a comment or two, share this with a friend. Let's go. I just highlighted a San Francisco media meltdown over Elon, and that one was bad. Peak temper tantrum about Elon Musk, who I assume this particular journalist has never actually met. And it doesn't matter if Elon is famous for electric cars, which you guys demanded everybody drive if you dare to leave your pod at all. And these articles, mostly from the Washington comPost, give that guy a real run for his money. But over Trump, of course, because he's the only man badder than Elon Musk. And these articles, you might think they're from years ago, maybe the early 2020 election season or even 2016, but they're recent, and some of them are behind a paywall. There's ways to get around it, but it's not even worth hearing what these charlatan stooge hacks have to say. And who is really paying for this? Who gives a single penny to the Washington comPost to read them complain about Donald Trump and the climate crisis and racisms and transformers and all that stuff? I mean, I read what's not behind a paywall, but I would never give them a penny, and I got to do it because, you got to keep your enemies closer. But who pays for this stuff and thinks, oh, okay, this is great. I needed more info so I can have more ammo to shoot at my Trump supporting friends. Obviously, anybody reading the Washington comPost probably doesn't have any Trump supporting friends. Maybe they have some family, but we all know they're lying by now. It's just them whining. Real Dear Diary type stuff. November 7th from the Washington comPost. Just the idea of Trump winning makes my head explode. And this one's bad. These people are, Trump derangement syndrome is 100% real. He says, I have it again. Election anxiety. Not about the local contest that took place around the country this week. No, I am panicked about the national election, the one taking place about a year from now. I'm already checking polls for updates, hoping to find one that can tell me everything is going to be okay. And I'm not finding much to work with. Hence, my anxiety. So this guy has written this opinion piece in the Washington comPost just to let you know that he has anxiety about Orange Man bad winning again. Ignore everything else that's happening. Ignore your lying eyes and just make sure that Donald Trump does not become president. And you don't have to be political at all to just say, I don't really like these guys. I want Donald Trump to win just to spite these crazy people. It continues. For now, I expect the worst. How can it be otherwise when seemingly every news story tells me that Donald Trump is shaping up to beat Joe Biden in 2024, when black voters, one of Biden's bedrocks, are reportedly fleeing the Democratic Party? If that's right, this country will never be the same. If that's right, how could I not be anxious? So it doesn't matter at all that everything around him is telling him he is in the fringe minority. He just knows that you're the problem. They never once look in the mirror. Anxious doesn't really describe it. It's more like a visceral fear. He's scared. He is scared. There's plenty of things that you can be scared of that do not involve. Bro, you guys gotta give it a rest. Everybody sees through this. You write in the previous paragraph that black people are seeing through it, and you just can't get that through your thick skull. It's more like a visceral fear, one that speeds the heart rate, dilates the pupils, and quickens the breathing. I quickly imagine a dystopian future. Well, yeah, you can imagine a dystopian present because we're living it under the political regime, which he is part of, so obviously he's going to ignore that. I quickly imagine a dystopian future in which the right wing gets absolutely everything at once, and I know where a person like me would end up in their ideal world with no rights and no quality of life. What are you talking about, bro? You work at the Washington comPost, presumably making a pretty decent living, just ragging on Trump and writing in your diary about how scared you are. This has nothing to do with Donald Trump, I guess. Bro, you're probably going to make more money if Trump becomes president, and you're going to get 4 more years of absolute nonsense like this. And it goes on like this, but I'll spare you. This is from Reddit because the article is behind a paywall. Trump says the quiet part out loud. He'll destroy democracy. The Washington Post from November 15th or 16th or something like that. And it just never ends with these people. They have a whole crew, a whole army of anti-Trump journalists. And I guess the only good thing about this is that they haven't been... Actually, maybe they should be replaced by AI. Again, from the Washington comPost, voters must take Trump seriously, and literally, the stakes are that high. Trump may be a performance artist, but with his shocking provocations, he is telling us what he would do in a second term as president. That's why I'm taking him seriously, and that's why taking him seriously and literally is required. Yeah, I mean, that's what we should be doing for everybody. But we know with these weirdo media hacks and the political establishment, you don't have to take anything seriously. The words mean nothing. They change the definitions of things every other day and want you to believe that a man can be a woman. From the New York Times, November 22nd, 2023, the roots of Trump's rage. Bro, it's you. You're the one. Every single thing he's fighting against a group of corrupt individuals who are trying to put him in jail, if not worse. So I imagine, yeah, he's pretty angry. And the rest of regular Americans who are not brainwashed by mainstream media and the New York Times are agreeing that this needs to stop. Everything from the transformer agenda to the inflation, taxes, all of that. And I'm no expert on any of it, but it's very clear that we were doing a lot better in the Trump years. It's just a fact. Again, from the Washington comPost, a Trump dictatorship is increasingly inevitable. We should stop pretending. So this guy wants you to believe that if this election is on a level playing field and people vote for Donald Trump, then that would be a dictatorship. I mean, give it a rest, guys. I realize that your entire livelihood rests on bashing Trump, but just look at it this way. If he gets to be president once more, then you will still be in a job. Otherwise, all of this whining and crying should easily be replaced with real information by artificial intelligence. And then from the Washington Times, and this isn't really about them. I think they're typically pretty good, but the bar is incredibly low when you're talking about the mainstream media. This is about a politician or former politician. I don't know, whatever. Liz Cheney says the U.S. is sleepwalking into dictatorship with Trump. And this is what they do. They recycle these words and phrases: dictatorship, Nazi, fascism. It's all see-through. Everybody knows now. It's cringe to watch you guys cling onto this little bit of power you have. You got these rhino types like Liz Cheney and Adam Kinzinger and Mitt Romney. What is at stake for you guys? What is at stake for all of these people? Media, Democrats, but I repeat myself, Republicans, uniparty hacks. What is at stake? Why are you clinging on so maniacally? Is it your power and your control and all your kitty diddling? Why is it that no matter what happens, it all reverts back to Trump bad? We get it. You don't like the guy, and that's fine. But on top of these totally deranged opinion pieces, why do they have to make every single issue about Donald Trump? You see the Chicago mayor talking about, right-wing extremism is why Chicago is having problems. And why is it that every single time anybody of some notoriety, that is to say anybody who could sway the opinions of people that the establishment believe belongs to them and are only to be used and manipulated, why is it that any of them, Russell Brand, Kanye, Elon, Kyrie, Roseanne, Sexy Red, Waka Flocka, the list goes on, Michael Rappaport, I mean, there's a compilation of 4, 5, 6 minutes long of rap songs dating back to the 80s, I believe, name-dropping Trump.
Yo, Ice, I did a concert in the White House, and after that, me and Donald Trump hung out.
Beat was going off like Donald Trump gets checks.
Trump change? Trump change? Nah, Trump change. Rather not Trump change. Trump change. I'm talking Donald Trump change. I'm talking Steve Wynn. I'm talking, Trump change.
Let me in, Bill Gates, Donald Trump, let me in.
Alcoholic freaks, the remedy. I'm the young Donald Trump, is y'all hearing me?
Machiavelli returns as God forgives and I don't. Resurrection of the real, time to get richer than Trump.
But I take over the world when I'm on my Donald Trump. Look get all this money? Ain't that some? Yeah, I'm a good looking rapper, I ain't trying to stunt. I'ma fire my blunt like Donald Trump.
Yeah, thumbs up. I don't see more hoes in the golf course, hold on the trunk up. Up like Donald Trump, up, they swing like them trucks.
All of those years on network TV, everybody loved him, but something changed the moment he came down those escalators. It's been a complete about face, and to even question why that might be is totally out of line for the establishment. So they've got their heels dug in so far, they can't admit any guilt at this point. They can't say, okay, we went a little bit too hard on these issues. We're going to fall back. Give us another shot. That day is not coming. They are going to ride this until the wheels fall off and maintain the assumption that all of us are absolute idiots. And I guess you kind of got to respect that.